This dude. We'll
Like,
snitch on everybody.
it's not me. It's the Chinese. You gonna learn? Wait till they're hot. No. Wow, they're underwater. What up, Robo?
Hey, RoboCop. Why do I do that? Did you stream yesterday? I was working all day. So Chris Paul has been beefing with the same referee for
Scott
15
Foster. He's
years.
14. He's 0-17 against Scott Foster. If you see Chris Paul versus Scott Foster and they're both refereeing and playing, if Scott is refereeing and Chris Paul, it's Chris Paul. Doesn't matter what team he's on. Bet against it. He's gonna and bet he's gonna get a technical too. You could bet the house and you'll make money.
Well, Robotech, I hope you recovered.
Got into a car accident. God damn. Probably should have knew that.
Robotech drives a truck, so I feel bad for the car.
Robotech, what type of car do you drive? Okay. She's like one that'll run your ass over, fool.
Monster truck.
I don't see the topic in there, bro.
What topic is that?
The one that you refused to answer that I sent to you. Did you refuse to answer the question, sir?
Did you refresh the page?
It comes with the I did refresh the page. Right?
That was my college car. Nissan Maximums have an unnecessary amount of
it's number 8.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. See, boy, you cleaned it up, brother. That's why I didn't recognize it.
Well, I do like to be somewhat professional. A wee bit.
No, now you want to be somewhat professional.
Exactly.
You had us about to get put out on a list.
Really?
Right? Earlier.
To have us out here risking our careers.
Oh my God.
Then we definitely gonna need to get paid off this.
This dude. Like y'all not out there drop kicking midgets.
The correct term is little people.
Exactly. Wow. TOS, sir.
Wow.
That's why
that's another topic.
What? Oh, sir.
How do you address terms when they are now deemed
Bro, that's been changed like 15 years ago, bro.
But there's a lot of things that, like, if I'm used to saying, oh, that person's black, and now all of a sudden, that's a faux pas. What, we can't call black people now?
Hey.
Yes, you're right.
There's actually this debate going on like Twitter or something like that, where a black girl from South America called herself colored, and like a bunch of people in America are like, "What type of house Negro are you?" And she's just like, "This is just but it's truth. I am colored," and it's just like, okay,
yeah. So yeah, we're definitely going to speak on that, but it is 8:15. So, welcome to iConTalks. I am your host and moderator, Icon, and the dude fidgeting things, that's Hero. Hero, would you like to say hello to your audience today?
What's good, chat? What's up, everybody? Yeah, this is the best gift I got from Afrotech, and 3 weeks later, I'm still playing with it. It's a double-sided bottle cap fidget spinner. Your life is not as great as mine right now. I'm just telling you the truth.
I actually do want one. Until I realized it was a bottle opener, I was like, it's just a fidget spinner, bro. But it's also helps me get to my beer. That's a good gift.
As a non-alcoholic drinker.
Oh well, I definitely drink alcohol.
Yeah, way to bring us in. Yeah. Shake. Would you like to say hello to your audience?
Hello, everybody. So normally I come with the jokes, but I just want to, just come off and keep y'all educated and warned. There is a pneumonia-like virus that is going over in big numbers amongst children in northern China right now. The WHO is looking at it. They don't know what it is, right? But just keep yourself aware of what will soon spread. Because as we've seen what has happened before, right, this will most likely move. But right now it's only affecting children. So if you're not a child, you should be good.
Wow.
And if you're immature, you can be affected. So act your age.
So
that was good. No, sir. That's how you turn a dark topic into something good. You know what? V2.
Wow.
That's I'll start off with a point. I'll start off with him off with a point. You guys want that.
As usual, we do have sponsors. We have MotorCityPopcorn.com and JustifyDiet.com, which is clothing. Please check them out if you get a chance. And if Hero says something you like, you can upvote him by typing exclamation V2. And if Shake says something you like, you can upvote him by typing. Look at me, messing up already. Exclamation V3. And
Words
as you see, Shake already did that and gave Hero a point. So it has begun. With that being said, let's hop into our first topic of the night, which is our icebreaker. In a post-apocalyptic world, would you eat the family pet? Shake.
100%. No problem. It doesn't even have to be a post-apocalyptic world. If I'm down really bad, I got no family and no friends to feed me, that dog's getting eaten. The cat's getting eaten. Human beings have been eating like the quote-unquote family pet for a long time, right? And it won't stop because at the end of the day, I need to survive way before he does. You can call it callous, you can call it cold, but Fido, little Max, Buddy, he's getting Spitfire roasted and seasoned, right? And when you hungry, right, and you ain't seen a piece of meat in a long time, you smell that fire roasted meat, and you see me eating that meat, and then I hand you a piece of dog leg, right? You're not gonna ask questions. You eating it. You eating it. That dog leg's gonna taste real good. It's only when you don't have to eat dog leg, right, is why you turn your head up. Don't look down upon me, people. You know you would. See Robotech. Thank you.
Hero, in a post-apocalyptic world, could you eat the family pet?
Yeah, because that pet's definitely going to eat you. There's best to believe. There's been many a times I've gone to forensic sites where we get a call for a wellness check, and we go inside and Gram missing fingers, eye digits, eyes gone, ears gone, nose gone, and Fluffy's sitting up on top of the fridge, full as hell. Didn't look like he missed a single meal, but that bowl is empty. So you best believe they're gonna come and nibble on you. Moreover, if I see you got a pet, there's a good chance I might mess around and eat you as the pet owner. Because why you got the dog out here and I'm hungry? Why ain't you been pushed to the limit like me already? Now you still got food, and now I got more food.
Okay. Now I got more food and the dog. You're right, Hero. You talk about that person now feeding the dog and themselves. So you have the energy to feed two things. Yeah. Right. So if I just either take your stash, right, or eat you and the dog, I have now more your stash, you as food and the dog as food. Yeah. I'm living. You messed up. You gotta get rid of the dog. Yeah. That's the first thing that goes, the dog.
Unless the dog is helping you hunt, it serves no purpose.
So
and most of y'all got these wimpy city dogs that don't be doing nothing.
I will.
Like, these dogs don't hunt no more.
I think it would be a little difficult, but it's not difficult to eat the family dog.
I will eat Lassie in a fucking heartbeat.
I got that dog you got running in the background.
Yeah, right? That dog in the back.
Skin it.
That would be a great appetizer.
Easy. Rip,
where you at?
Boil it so the fur comes off, and I will skin it. Right, boy. I seasoned up real nice, boy. Real nice with some garlic.
No seasoning don't expire in the seasoning don't expire off of nuclear waste shake. Nah, it's gonna be seasoned.
And you can't eat Lawry's, so that's gonna be still on the shelf in the grocery store. So, yeah.
So apparently, none of us going hungry during the apocalypse.
No.
All right.
Trust me, I got a lot of fat. I'm gonna eat first. That's gonna be eaten first.
All right. So I like a little crazy.
Oh.
Just a little bit. I think everyone likes a little crazy in their significant others. So, two people were courting for a while. They're on the phone. They're getting to know each other before they actually go on a real date. You know, trying to be a little safe. So for the first date, the young lady shows up with the tattoo of his name on her ankle. Hero, how much crazy do you like?
It's my name, and this is the first time we're meeting.
There is Hero on her ankle, and this is your first time seeing her physically. You guys have been on the phone for 2 to 3 weeks getting to know each other.
If I have shades, I'm going to put them on and just be tapping around saying, can you please help me find my table? I think, because there's no way that this is going to end well. Let's think about how many people get the names of the tattoo of their loved ones on them after a wedding proposal, after a ring is involved, after kids are involved. And then you come to find out them kids ain't yours and that girl sure ain't yours, no matter how big that ring is. The thing about tattoos used to serve as reminders of mistakes. And now they're glorified artistic bad takes. I like real life tattoos, which are called life scars. I got 3 right here, 2 on my side and 1 on my knee. And they all come from painful experiences I learned in real world. Her getting my name on her ankle has proven to me one of 2 things. One, you had $250 that you probably could have used to pay for this date. And then 2, you have no foresight. No foresight, because you know how dumb you're going to look if I walk up to you and I see Randy on your shoulder, but his ex going through it. You're telling me a lot about yourself without me actually knowing anything about you.
Shake.
So at first, right, I was like, I kind of was on the hero side of this. Like, yo, I'm heading for the hills, right? I'm immediately just heading for the hills. Because I'm like, I better have a common ass name like Mike or John, right? So it's like, okay, that better be your ex, right? Who just happened to be a Mike or a John, and that's what I'm gonna tell myself. But as Hero was talking, I'm like, I mean, she said she crazy, right? She crazy to show up like that. She's got to be really good in bed. Like, she's got to be like crazy in that. Like, you don't marry that. That is not something you marry your date with for a long time. But like, just for a night, it might be worth it. Like, because if she shows up after you just talking for 2 weeks on the phone, right, with your name, right, just make sure you got to strap up. You definitely strap up because she's crazy. Like, she might tell you she on the pill, and she's not.
For 1 second, Shake, that she hasn't mastered the art of getting that rubber off on top, you are bananas. You are the banana in that banana split. You are the nuts in that ice cream mixture.
Right?
Because, bro, I said this once, I'll say it. If it's that good, I don't want it in my life. If there are 4 names on her sleeve X'd out, I don't want it in my life. I know my pull-out game is worse than a DiGiorno pizza being pulled out on a Friday night right before high school football. I don't want no troubles.
I like the trouble. I like to gamble, right? I've learned you don't date them, right? You just mess around with them. You have some fun, right? But you got to make sure.
You don't think she doesn't know where you live already, bro? You're done for.
No.
Hold on.
She will find you. You have to move after messing with a girl like that. You have to move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you got to move country. Like,
so
move to a different country.
Does it change anything if you know for certain that's the only tattoo she has?
That makes it worse.
That makes it worse.
So much worse.
Yeah.
Right? Because that means, like, her first tattoo, right? And I have several tattoos. I have tattoos on my knuckles. I have tattoos in there where it's supposedly hurt a lot more. Like, so if she got it on her ankle, that's basically on bone. And her first tattoo was your name on her ankle, right? The sex is going to be crazy. The relationship, awful. She's a terrorist. She's an emotional terrorist. Someone who does that is an emotional and manipulative terrorist. I'm going to tell you that right now. He or she, right? But you will enjoy the hell out of that for that night, right? You wrap up dinner early. You don't spend a lot of money on her, him or her, right? Like, if you thought you was going to take her for drinks, no. You cut this early. You might take her to Applebee's, get some Dollaritas, because that's the type of shorty she is, in my opinion.
Bro,
right?
this is not a girl that needs to be drunk in order to. She came with the tattoo on you. You're getting it. That's not the problem. The problem is.
No, but you might need to do something to calm her down. You might need something to like taper her off.
You need a weed man nearby. Like, yo, sweetie, take a hit of this, please.
It's like, calm down, because she coming in hot off rip. Like, you're right. She don't need them dollaritas. She don't need them dollaritas. Now you think about it. She don't need to be off the Migos. None of that.
All right. We have to move on. We do have time constraints. Would you rather be insecure but extremely attractive, or be extremely unattractive and very confident? Hero, would you like to go first?
Of course. I will definitely take the latter because every man starts out that way. Every man starts out extremely unattractive. There's always something about a guy, whether it's your teeth are messed up, you bad acne, you're short, you're fat, your cheeks too chubby, your chest too birdy, your arms too skinny, your legs too thin, whatever it is. But then you start your RPG with low stats, right? You're going to build your character up. We turn that bird chest into a turkey chest. We find some squats. We do the things that we got to do. But the latter, or the opposite, is every celebrity. They're all gorgeous and they just reek of insecurity and their lives are miserable for it. The saddest man in the world I've ever met in my life, I walked to his $5.7 million mansion where he was crying on a Segway as he opened the door and said, "Thanks for coming. I really needed some company." To which I then said, "Maybe you should just leave the house instead of making random people come to your house. Bro, it's dangerous out there. People don't like me." I like you. I'm here, mother lover. You didn't even acknowledge me. No wonder why no one likes you. So, hey, I was an ugly duckling. I became this ferocious beast, and I'm more popular for it.
Ferocious.
All right, Shake. Would you rather be insecure and attractive, or unattractive and very confident?
Give me the celebrity. Right? Give me the celebrity. Right? Because I don't need you, right? I don't need you to, like, once you get past the veneer, I've already got it, right? I've already got what I wanted. So, like, you could be like, it's too late now, right? The veneer is off, right? Yeah, I probably won't be long-term happy, right? So, but I would rather cry in a Maybach than a Civic. Honestly, I swear to God. Like,
okay,
call me realistic, call me shallow. Hold on.
We're equating celebrity status with money. Being famous isn't the same as being wealthy or rich.
No, so okay.
Yeah, but I'm assuming both of you guys crafted your own scenarios here. So let's stick with the scenarios you crafted.
So the scenario is like I'm attractive. Like, you are objectively attractive to just about 99% of the population. You know what that can get you really far in life, right? With minimal charisma, that can get you really far, right? And I'm assuming it said you're ugly, right? That can get you but so far, right? You confident, like, yeah, you got to put in a lot of work to get people, right? You got to put in more to the beguiling. You got to do more to work, and they might actually like you as a person better. But I mean, I don't need people to like me. I mean, look at my scope. Actually, not losing that bad.
Nah, the thing you got to know for true. No, the thing you got to know for true is if you are ugly and people fuck with you, you know it's because you're a good person. Like, think about it. Look, okay, and I'm going to call it like this. Every homeless person you've ever met, you didn't give them money even if you had money, is because their immediate approach was so disfiguring or disorienting to you that it didn't make a difference. I guarantee you, if homeless people look like supermodels, there wouldn't be any homeless people on this planet. I would literally be picking up homeless people and be like, "You don't have to be homeless, baby.
You don't have to be
come home with me.
This doesn't have to be a choice.
This is a choice for you, sweetie. This is a choice for you." And if you're sitting here saying, "Oh my God, Hero, you're so shallow," we had a double murder homicide male take 2 pictures in his mugshot, and when he got out on parole, which he got because he was pretty, he got a modeling contract. I don't want to hear nothing.
Not just a modeling contract. The man married a hectomillionaire heiress, right? and she did not prenup him, and he divorced her 2 years later when he got off on parole, right? So he is now a supermodel hectamillionaire after being a convicted double homicide, right? And the internet swooned after this man to the point is he bagged himself a woman worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and he took her to the cleaners after he gave her some kids, right? And divorced her. And now he's worth $100 million. And that man is living cool back in California.
Look at Therapy with T. He was beautiful. This is what I'm talking about. So my point's proven here. Ugly people. The more ugly people there are on the earth, the more honest people we'll have on this earth. Period.
The Menendez brothers had the biggest fan club, right? They were two serial killer brothers in Los Angeles in the 80s that killed TOS, their parents, and 6 other people. But yet they constantly the jail was stopped taking packages because women kept sending bras and panties to them, knowing that they were convicted of this stuff. Being attractive, right, it goes a lot further than just being ugly and confident, right? I'm sorry.
All right, so
I'm so shallow you can stand in me.
Hero's going with ugly and confident because he can RPG himself to anything. And Shake is like, hey, I'll take attractive. I can work with that.
Yeah, I've been ugly. I know what that is.
Been there, done that. Been there, done that.
Like I've been ugly and confident. Been there, done that. Right? That gets you but so far. Now imagine what I would be if I was just attractive. Right?
All right. So, I want to start doing more positive things on here, and I know you guys probably are not going to like me for this one, but I think we're going to have fun giving this a try. I want to take things that we might dislike and just think about 5 things we like about that. So for this one, which is our first one, 5 things I like about Donald Trump.
Ooh, easy. Me. Easy. No problem.
I'm
not even a Trumper, but I got this. No problem. I like, and this is why I respect his brashness to just break the law. Like, right in front of the prosecutor's face, right? Like someone who just does not give a damn about the law. I can respect that because there's part of him believes he's going to get off. So that's number 1, right? 2, his ability to just constantly lie, right? And just like Teflon, like a duck, water off his back, right? The man said he's the healthiest person, not healthiest person for 70 something, the healthiest man alive, and got his doctor to sign off on that. Right? He's basically said he's the healthiest person to have ever existed, right? That's my second thing I like about Donald Trump. Number 3, I like that he's like, yo, whatever I like, I don't give a damn if you don't like it. You're gonna eat it. He only eats fast food. So anytime, like, you know when teams win a championship, they come to the White House, there's a reason why they're only fed McDonald's and pizza, because it's the only thing he eats. So whether you like it or not, that's what you eat, right? I respect that. The man does at 4, the man don't give a damn. Right? Your family, you're homeless, whatever. He just doesn't give a damn. I'm from New Jersey. I saw what he did to Atlantic City in '92. That man does not give a damn. I can respect that. And number 5, right? And probably my favorite, how he's willing, and this is going to sound terrible, how he's willing to spit in the face of evangelicals all the time, right? The man has had multiple abortions, right? Multiple wives, multiple affairs. Spit in their face every single turn he can, but then will brashly turn around and ask them for their vote. And just like a pimp, they will do it for him. I respect that, right? That he pimps out his constituents. That's my favorite thing, right? If you want to act like an HOE, I'm going to treat you like one. And that's what he does.
Yeah.
Whoa. You're not going to finish? I'm like, I was ready for the super vote. Okay, give us a quick recap of the 5.
So number 5 is he treats them like a hoe.
Okay.
Right? He treats his people like HOE, right? No one was his just brashness, right? Brashness for the law. He would break the law in front of the judge and the prosecutor, right? Number 2, just a second, I'm trying to recall was his how he can just constantly lie, like waters off a duck back. How he got his doctor to say he's the healthiest human being of all time, right? Number 3, 3. What I just said.
Well, you had 5. I'm hitting super vote. There we go.
He got his 5. It is fascinating that this is the take that Sheikh decided to take, because for me, if you're asking me 5 nice things I could possibly say about Donald Trump, they have to be: he missed his calling. He was supposed to be a comedian. He's easily supposed to be the world's greatest comedian.
He's hysterical. You're right. He is hysterical. That's
he missed it. He's actually hilarious. He's actually bona fide a funny person. 2, and I don't know if anybody understands this, he is what America thought the first black president was going to be like. For sure.
100%. Yes.
For sure, he's the first black president.
He's blacker than Bill Clinton.
He's blacker than Obama.
Blacker than Bill Clinton and Obama. I said it, right.
Fight me. But
I'm writing these down. Let me write these down.
Yeah, you're right. He's what America thought the first black president. Yeah. Constant criminality. Right. Got all his cronies and his friends in there. You're right.
And I'm not gonna sit here and knock him. The man got a dude with nuclear capabilities to admit he has a little red button, and he didn't press that red button. I just want you to understand what that says about his tenacity. Like, hate him or like him, he got Putin and the dude from North Korea to be like, yeah, what's good? We good, fam. Like, no beef. And let's go to number 4. And this one might be considered controversial if you want to like it. He is actually a quaint representation of what a lot of degenerate Americans that are racist want to be. So he has made it popular to be openly racist for people like me to see, so I can avoid these people. Like, make America great is a slogan that you would believe everybody in America would agree with. But when you see that as a black person, you have to avoid that person. And he made it okay for you to say it out loud. He put all races out there. No hood. They hoodless right now because of a hat. And the 6th one that I just have to be proud about is he's made it easier for us to identify black ops within our community. Because anyone that you saw shaking hands with him, breaking deals with him, or trying to play nice with him, and he didn't get them off of a federal charge, for a fact they're an op in a plant in our community. So anyone who was willing to talk nicely or gently about Donald Trump, they just exposed themselves. So for what it's worth, from a practical standpoint, Donald Trump has probably been one of the most impactful people on social culture in America's history.
All right. 100%. So I was expecting to have a discussion to get to these 5 likes. And first off, I owe Hero some likes. Let me go ahead and give him 3 upvotes. There we go. That was phenomenal.
Because here's the thing. Like, as much as I don't like him politically and what he stands for, right? I can respect gangster, right? He is the most gangster president since Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson only more gangster because he was legitimately doing people in the street. Like, yo, you talk bad about my woman.
Out there slapping people.
You could slap people.
Slapping people.
Lincoln was slapping folks, but he still got hit up by his ops. He had no one to cover his back.
You got caught lacking. He was right. Andrew Jackson went down with his pole. Andrew Jackson was shot in a duel defending his woman. His 9th duel. That means he put 9 dudes in the ground right before this. Right?
He was Squid Games for real.
He was 8-1. My man was up in the snow on his op, Andrew Jackson. And then so 150 years go by, and then Donald Trump shows up, this orange monster, right? Who, again, I will admit, in 2015, I thought he was a joke. I thought this was a joke because this was funny to me, right? I did not think he was a legitimate threat. And then this joke showed up, and I was like, oh, America doesn't think he's a joke. He is hysterical. Everything about what he does makes me internally laugh because, like, when he was talking about those quote-unquote shithole nation, I'm like, as this country turns into what he talked about, he prophesied what we were going to become. Everything he was talking about other people, he's like, we were right in front of our eyes. And I respect, he's like, yo, I'm just going to tell the truth. I'm going to lie to you and tell you the truth at the same time so you have no idea what to believe. That's the best thing. I'm gonna lie constantly and tell you all the truth. What do you do? What do you do with that?
What we do with that is move to the next topic. Great job, guys. I was not expecting that. All right. Woo. A couple in their late 20s are married. They had a paternity issue because at the beginning of their courtship, she was still dating other people, and they were not quite sure if the first child was his. Well, that particular child was his. They decided as a couple that they did not want to know. He decided he's going to raise his child as his own, and he does not want to know. That's just what it was. It's his decision. She abided by it. They were cool. So they dropped the kids off with the grandparents for a weekend, and Grandpapa decided to take a snip of the kid's hair and send it in for a DNA test. Hero, unpack this for us.
You want to know the worst thing you can do as an elderly person in this world is betray the only people who are going to have the capacity to bury you. And when I say there's a major concern about a generation of old people who didn't want to have kids, but had them out of wedlock, or had them because of strenuous circumstances, or had them because Uncle Sam promised you a benefit. And then when these kids were trying to come up in the world and you threw them out at the age of 16 to fend for themselves, now at your bewildered age, you're over here doing some scandalous stuff like this. Imagine you have the mental fortitude as a man to be willing to sacrifice your sanity for the love of your life and exchange the child that she has birthed. You are the stepdad, aka the man that stepped up when no one else would. Could you imagine having that shit taken away from you because your grandpappy can't handle you being a bigger man than him, because he wants to be able to hold something over your head so you can feel as grimy and belittled and useless as he is. There's a reason why we are giving kids to our aunties in our family instead of the grandparents, because besides their mental fortitude not to take care of children and just not have the capacity to understand that, hey, the kid can't eat gluten, so maybe not feed him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich like I asked nicely, and feed him the nice food I made. Because you can't handle it, people got to suffer. And this is why old folks get sent to homes. This is why you get sent to homes. Uncalled for. All
right, Shake, what you got?
So my thought process is, I get why it was wrong, right? But if he snipped the hair, you shouldn't snip the hair. But if you can just get the DNA, like hair falls off and you get it, right? And you didn't share that information, maybe you wanted to know, right? Because he's like, like that, your son might not be your blood, right? And for the medical aspect, it's good to know. As somebody who's adopted who does not know his medical history, because I refuse to do a DNA test, right? Because I'm not having my DNA sold to BlackRock, because I don't believe in that level of capitalism. I understand where there's a gap in not knowing your medical history. And if that is not his child, if either way the son has a medical issue or the father has a medical history issue, that's the first place they're going to go, and then they're going to be really confused.
No, I have to disagree. Because it's not like this kid is, unless this kid is a once in a lifetime anomaly genetically, there's no genetic dysphoria or dysfunction that this child is going to have that we can't find in the history books already. There's no signs and symptoms that aren't going to be able to correlate to something else.
I was talking about maybe he needs a kidney, years later need a kidney, right?
You can do a blood type assessment and a blood test, R factor test on anybody. Most 70% of kidney transplants don't come from inside the family in the first place.
Again, I'm not advocating for what the grandfather did, is in telling them, right? If he just wanted to know and you left your DNA here, right?
But why is that your business? You clearly know as a grandfather.
Clearly he doesn't think it's his clearly he doesn't think that his grandson.
Okay,
he doesn't feel that's his
where
grandson.
Does the respect, where does the line of respect come from? You're not the father's child. Who are you to clip their hair? That's the equivalent. of a daycare person saying, hey, these two black people drop off this white baby every morning. I just want to make sure that they are the parents. Like you're doing too much. We asked you to watch our kid and feed him the non-gluten sandwich. You cut his hair and fed him your gluten sandwich.
Well, really, I just put the hair in the DNA test.
Goat says every kid needs to know their real parents.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
What are you talking about, Goat?
That's not true at all.
Yeah, your dad.
Can we address?
Like, do you know the emotional trauma? Do you know? Yeah, we about to attack Goat. Where is Goat's comment in this chat? Goat, do you understand the repercussions of trying to be the blood that you're not? Do you understand the repercussions of inheriting the trauma of the blood that you are? Like, too many people hold this truth to soul that blood is thicker than water. There's a reason why one dissolves the other. It's not designed to be tougher than the other. It's the ultimate solvent of the universe. But because of cliche words passed down to us, we believe this shit to be true. It's not. Your parents are the people who love you, period.
And like I said, as someone who's adopted, I have, really, I joke aside, I have no desire to find my birth parents, right? Like, at best, I just want to know, am I going to go bald, right? And I can find, but I have no desire, and my medical history, because my parents, right, are the ones who raised me. I'm grateful to my mother for giving me up, because I was been born country as Poe, right, in South Carolina, and I'm glad I was not raised that way, very much so. But I don't think, if you don't need to find your birth parents, it's not you need to. Why, right? Whoever raised you, if you was raised without parents, right, that's a different conversation. Like my sister, she found her mother. I have no desire to. My sister's also adopted. We have separate parents, but I have no desire. Like, and like you interrupting their whole life. Like, you don't know what their life is. That people just think like it's actually a little selfish in its own aspect.
Yeah.
What if they weren't ready to meet you?
Yeah.
Because of how my family was constructed, I do believe that it's important. And I believe that because my parents felt it was important. So when I was about, when I was around 10 years old, they let us know that me and my brother had different fathers. And they did that because they felt it was important for my brother to meet his other side of the family. But I do think it's not up to the grandparents, it's up to the parents to decide when and how they are going to disseminate this information. Correct. I think in this particular case, the grandparents were extremely wrong to go grab results and then give results when they weren't asked.
Oh, so they did give the results.
Yes, they did give the results.
That's foul as hell. That's wrong.
Yeah.
That is where I'm like, that's wrong. That's so wrong.
It's almost as if they wanted to say your life isn't as perfect and great because we know something that you don't know. Imagine holding that over the head of someone you love. Like, that's not a normal activity. Like, if I found that out, I would take it to my grave. I would have to take it to my grave. But because you don't have the wherewithal, and your objective was to hurt somebody, you threw it out into the sea full of guppies. It's ridiculous.
Okay. I think we're all on the same page here. So we are going to move along.
Answer the question, Icon.
A while ago.
Answer the question.
A while ago, before I was rudely interrupted, I had a friend who was going to school for to be a masseuse, and my cousin, the one we mentioned earlier, he was looking for a gift for his girlfriend, and I said, "Hey, why don't you get her a massage from this guy? Because he's good, and it'd be a little cheaper because he's in school at the time." And my cousin said, "There's no way in hell that he is getting his girlfriend a massage from a guy." Which, so my question to you guys, are you okay with your girlfriend getting a professional massage from a masseur, which of course is a male who practices massage? Shake, you can take it first.
Oh no, I'm giving this face because he knows this was not the topic that was actually posed, right? this was not how this question was posed, right? He knows what the topic, how it was posed, right? And he knows why I said answer the question, Icon, because he knows he's not answering the question.
Hold on, I am the moderator. I don't answer questions.
Right?
Hey, and Icon, you know your lane and you staying in your traffic space. I ain't mad at you, and I will defend you anytime you choose to do that.
Did it work?
Now's the time you need to do that. Okay, makes sense. So yeah, I mean, it's a professional massage. I don't care. Right? The real question is, has anybody seen the clips of the Jamaican limestone massage?
Okay.
Right? That's not a professional masseuse. That's the real question. A professional masseuse is a professional masseuse. That is what it is. Right? It's like they know how they have to keep it professional. They'll lose their license if they're a massage therapist. The real question is, are you comfortable letting your significant other get rubbed down on a raft with that limestone that they be doing in Jamaica? Are you comfortable with that? Icon, right? Are you
Icon, you don't have to answer a damn thing. And if Shake's only going to sit here and propagate things, I'll answer the question. I will answer this question since Shake has been on the track for 30 seconds and is still berating you. I will not let my host be berated. The question is here, there's two phases to this. If you're going single out, let her have it single out. You just have to accept it. As a person who got a bunch of massages professionally for sports-related things and done a few couple massages, it's more difficult for me to be in the room watching her get massaged than it is for me to accept the fact she's alone. Because to be honest, I saw both male and female grinding out my girl once, and I was like, can y'all give us the room real quick? But ultimately what it comes down to is this is just a very insecure individual, and it's a red flag because you had the opportunity to get her an upscale masseuse where you could probably have picked, a woman or a man or a specificity that would made you feel more comfortable, but you're too broke. And this is a bad combination. A broke boy with an immature mindset is only bound to get you bad things. So overall, is the question a problem? No, because I'm not a mess. I'm not in here worried about booty talk 37 happening to my girl. The masseuse gets her in the hole or some stuff like that. I'm more concerned with people who train their whole lives for a professional skill set, thinking they're willing to risk it because of your girl. And if she's yours for a reason, brother, because nobody else wants her.
And like you're giving credit that like this, they're a massage therapist. They've definitely massaged way more attractive people.
Absolutely.
Who've definitely thrown themselves at them, both male and female. And like my brother-in-law was a licensed massage therapist, and he's like, there's countless times both men and women have conveniently the towel drops off, and they look at you like, you gonna do something? And he said it's 50-50, men to women, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like they have to keep a level of professionalism. Again, the real question is, are you letting them go to an unlicensed massage therapist in a traditionally, let's just call it what it is, a sex tourist hot zone, right? That's the question that I had posed. That is the real question that needs to be answered. Would you, right, Jamaica? You know what I'm talking about, Hero. Would you allow your girl to? Me, I don't really care. I'm from the Caribbean, so like
no. So for me, it's a no. It's a no. Like, because I have too much money for me to be sending you to a second-rate masseuse or a masseuse parlor. Now, if we own some couple stuff and clearly there are some sites where you could do a couple joints and you got a group of people who are fleshing. If that's what you and your partner are into, sure. But if you are insecure to the level of letting another man touch your woman in a professional setting, then you shouldn't. There's no way you should be paying the bottom dollar to get her to go to Uncle Pookie and them's crib, because I guarantee you she's going to get the Pookie at the crib.
Okay. So as the realist says, is it different if your wife is ugly?
I was about to say, what does that have to do with it?
Yeah,
first of all, why
when the lights are off, everyone's beautiful.
I'm pinning.
Yeah, when the lights are off, everyone's beautiful.
Oh my God.
Why if she's your wife, why are you admitting she's beautiful? Why are you saying she's ugly? right? She should always be beautiful to you, right? She should never be ugly.
Yeah, my girl is.
She might be ugly to everybody
always
else.
the baddest girl. My girl is always the baddest girl in the world.
Period. All right, let me reset this overlay real quick, and then we can move to the next topic. Because I realized we didn't do that when we changed out.
Hypothetically speaking, what if you aren't present? You were informed of the massage, and your partner may not have been on vacation and said that they were interested in having a massage, and said, "Look, my partner's also an adult. You got to be able to trust your partner." Like when I went to Medellin, Colombia, I had a girl. And she was like, "Yeah, I know why guys go to this place. Yeah, the passport bros. And every passport bro that goes there, they go there because they can't get no looks here in America. Me, I don't need to go to a different country for a woman to lay down in bed with me. That's not the hard part. The part that you have to understand is if you can't handle having a partner is accepting the fact that every second they could break your heart, but you trust them enough not to. And if that's not a duality you can deal with, die single. Stop stressing fuck people out, man.
If you can't handle a baddie, right?
You can't handle a baddie. Yo.
You don't deserve to come with being a baddie. Offset said it the most. He's like, you know what it's like being married to Cardi B? I know every man underneath the sun wants to sleep with my wife. I cannot let up. I cannot. He's like, I messed up one time and cheated on her, and she took me. He's like, I realized I can't let up, right? Because the moment I let up, she was like, okay, she has it's then the moment she can then say she can let the next man let up.
It's mind-boggling because even and guys experience this too. So I don't know why we're all stuck on this. Like, if you're considered even a mid-range dude, and I say high value man as my pancreas shrivels. If you're an individual that can go outside and women turn their head because they see you, you have to understand that the reason why they don't get to follow you home is by your choice. It's your decision. So, yeah.
All right, cool. I'm going to go ahead and say it for him, Shay. Next topic.
Y'all ain't hitting precious. Sorry.
Next topic.
Next topic.
Next topic. Next topic. We're not going there. We're not going there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Top 5 movies that are so bad you have to watch them. I am a connoisseur of bad horror movies. I really like bad horror movies. Like $20,000 budget horror movies. Those are the funniest things ever. So, top 5 movies so bad you have to watch them. Let's go.
The Room, number 1.
The Room.
Fight Me.
Sharknado.
Hold on, The Room.
The first one.
Cocaine Bear.
Overrated. It was just bad to me. I don't think that goes on bad, which makes it funny. Overrated. Shark versus Megalodon. Megalodon versus Sharktopus. Great movie, sci-fi classic. Terrible, right? When Mars Attacks. Terrible movie, but I will always stop on it. Also, Con Air. Horrific movie. Terrible movie, but I will always stop on Con Air, right? I will always stop on that. And bad movie, right? That for some reason, even I hate him as a director, I will always stop on just to get angry and ruin my day. The Village with M. Night Shyamalan, because the ending of that movie ruins it. Spoiler alert.
Oh,
they're
God,
5 miles from the highway the entire time.
And they've never heard a car.
Never heard a car. No, if you're saying M. Night Shyamalan, you're saying Avatar. And the horrible way they pronounce Aang as Ong. Like, no. M. Night Shyamalan is responsible for 2 movies on this list. So one of them's got to go. And I think Con Air can make it.
Con Air's got to stay. Because Con Air, I'll stop on, right? Con Air's got to stay there. Con Air's it's bad, but it's good, right? I think Sharktopus versus Megalodon needs to go, right? Because I won't stop on that every time because the CGI does not hold up. It's gotten really bad. But When Mars Attacks is just a classic. If you've never seen When Mars Attacks, it's terrible. It's so 1989. It's great. It's one of the greatest movies of all time.
All right. Dan from Space says Nothing But Trouble, Never Too Young to Die, Tommy, Sharknado, Cocaine Bear, Kangaroo Jack, and Space Cop. Jesus, he had a list.
Kangaroo Jack's a good one.
Yeah, Cocaine Bear. I told you guys Cocaine Bear was going to make it. But the
Kangaroo
Room
Jack is a good one.
The Room is A+ bad movie with so much depth in it.
Let me look this
with
up.
Tommy Rizzo or whatever his name is. Oh God, just go watch it. It's on YouTube. It's that bad.
Oh no, I'm not familiar with this movie.
I've never seen The Room.
Trust me, 15 minutes in, you'll understand why, and then you can come back and give me my 10 points. 5 from both.
24% on Rotten Tomatoes.
The movies are bad, but they're watchable. They can't just be bad.
No,
right?
no, it's so bad that
it's watchable.
Okay, let me explain it. Let me explain how bad this movie is. When someone told me about it, I said I'm not watching this. They said just go 10 minutes, Hero. 10 minutes in, I looked at my watch and it said this is atrocious. I looked back up and I was there for an hour and 55 minutes, and I was like, what happened? How did I get here? Who did this?
Okay. Okay, I'll trust you. I'll trust you. See, Dan from Space, the B movie, it's not a bad movie. It's just not good, right?
It's not good.
We're talking about objectively bad movies. Like Con Air, it's entertaining, but it's not a good plot. It's not a good movie. It's shot terribly. Everything about Con Air is bad. It's just entertaining. Sharknado, terrible actors. It leans into it being bad. D-list celebrity. I mean, drunk-ass Tara Reid is in that movie. Right? Right? Watch drunk Tara Reid is in that movie. So that's what I'm saying. I think B movie is too good, right? It doesn't make that list because it's too good. But Tommy, definitely good as that. Cocaine Bear, I personally didn't. I thought it was dumb. Like, I get why people would put it on there. I would not argue against Cocaine Bear being put up there. It's not my Mount Rushmore of terrible movies. I think Sharknado 1 and 4. Because 4, when he flies through space and he's coming down through orbit inside the mouth of the megalodon, right? And then chainsaw his way out at the end of the movie was just, peak cinema, my friend. Oh, peak cinema. I cracked up.
The Fast and the Furious franchise doesn't make the list?
Don't disrespect. Don't disrespect. The only one that would be Tokyo Drift. Don't disrespect. They're great. Don't disrespect. Next topic.
You just talked about... That's what y'all
talk too much. Man's daughter.
What?
You trying to cause a fight? You want to die in this hill? You want to die in this hill? Okay.
Yeah, that's the hill.
All right. So the only one that could actually potentially be put on this is number 3, and number 3 now starts the hold up, right? Which is Tokyo Drift. Don't be disrespectful to the GOAT that is the Fast and Furious franchise.
Hold on, you just complained about. Well, not complain, but said how stupid it is to have a chainsaw in space going through someone's belly.
Get him, Hero. Get him.
These dudes were driving cars in space.
Get him, Hero. Get him.
Okay,
get him.
Yeah, and because they had propulsion vehicles and they actually they were drifting on a submarine, and you're worried about the tank that was able to shoot off into space. They basically took what they used, the Tomb Raider hook line and spider webs, to send a car from one hill to another hill. But you're worried about them going into space. They took a safe.
I don't think they're good movies.
Safe through
Rio
through Rio and killed a main character's best friend, who ended up being the gorgeous, magnificent, terrific Aquaman, and no one knew that this guy fell in the sea. But that's where you want to die, with them going to space with the 2 black characters. The 2 black characters who has no. We want to talk about the fact that the girlfriend of Dom has only talked to Tyrese on screen once in a movie in their family. That's where your hot take wants to end. Going into space.
Cinema.
This is called epic quality cinema. Because your greatest mistake, your greatest issue with this movie isn't the fact that they have plot holes galore. It's they actually thought of a logical reason to go to space, and you're mad about it. You could have picked anything.
They used
Icon. You picked the worst thing. You picked the worst thing.
You talk
make
too
a Pontiac
much.
Fiero into space.
Man sues his daughter's mother for telling family about his Mega Millions win. Young man wins the lottery. He only tells a few people, one of which is his son's mother. He has her sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, so she will not tell people because, hey, he won 1.3 billion. He took home 700 million. That's not the type of money you want people to know about for obvious reasons. You don't want your family calling you, asking you for things they really don't need. Because as we learned last week, Hero thinks you're supposed to just give money away when it's family. So,
okay, first and foremost, don't cross the timelines.
We family.
Okay?
Can I get some money?
Yeah, don't cross the timelines, please. All right.
You my brother. I could be a half brother. I'm adopted. I don't know my actual family. I can use $1,000.
So he is now suing his child's mother for $100,000 for each person she told.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Shake,
put her in the dirt. She signed the NDA. Once you said she signed the NDA, you mess up. Sorry, lady. I will put you in the dirt, right? Because here's the thing: when you win the lottery, there's a reason why 80% of people go broke, right? Because one, people start hitting you up. In order to not have your name published, you have to take another 25% hit off of that to not have your name published for a year, right? So he only won if he took the lump sum, 300 million of that 1.35 billion, right? Because they take 50% and then they tax 50%, and then that's what he got.
He won 1.3 billion. He walked away with 700 million,
and then they tax that. So he walked away with 300 million.
I thought
if you take the lump sum, you take the lump sum, they take 50% off rip. Lump sum is 50% off rip. You take the annuity. Trust me, if someone plays the lottery, I've done my calculations of what I've done and what I would do. So she signed the NDA. She was wrong, right? And this is so she knows, like, you can't do this, right? Because now it's not just people who are going to look at him for money, right? People who are going to use to try and scam him. Like, his life has now completely changed because he just came into this type of money, right? Before he's been able to properly put some of this away. Because unlike other people who have this type of money, his money is actually liquid. Most people who are valued at hundreds of millions are not liquid, right? So he can actually just be like robbed, kidnapped, and it be a problem as opposed to like, you rob Elon Musk, he's not actually all that liquid. It's going to take a while to get physical cash out for you. This guy has it in his bank account. Like, so I respect that. He's basically forcing her into bankruptcy for her mistake. He's suing her into bankruptcy.
The thing that you got to understand here is his first mistake was a mistake of love. And it's a mistake of love that I'll allow because he's only able to even have this conversation with her because he wants to be around his child, because he wants to be there to raise his child. And he wanted to be able to do that without the overbearing cloud of his situation altering his life too much. We know that this type of money is life-changing money. The thing that we have to understand as a group of people is some people just can't handle being that close to you. Like, could you imagine all the things he did to set her up for the rest of her life, her kid up for the rest of life, and all of that has to be uprooted because you told 7 people reportedly at the time of this article being written, and then and now the hundreds of people that have to know his kid has to move, they have to move, the understanding of their livelihood has to move. This is not only an appropriate punishment, this is a lesson. You are not a normal person anymore. And when you decide to step into the world of fame and fortune, you will be held accountable to that standard. I hope that, because she's not going to go broke, but she now understands that you are different. Like, you are different. You are another person. When you can callously throw $100,000 at people on the street, and it would take you longer to fight them for that money than it would be for you to walk away, it's a different story. It's a different story. And this is the situation. When you're wealthy and rich, you got to learn that you don't have to be famous or celebrity to be attached to it. You can have one or the other. She wanted both. The greed is what killed her situation. And if she goes into bankruptcy, it's a good thing. She needs to experience this early and often, because when that real money starts to drop, she needs to be more equipped, because this has to last a generation. It has to last longer than just you.
And well, you're right, because therapy just hit something on the head. 2 things that you said. What he should have done, right? Because clearly that's his baby mama, right? he now has the money, right? He can sue for custody, right? And you're telling me if he can be like, hey, I now live in this neighborhood, I can provide. It's not like I would be working, right? Because I have X amount of money, especially in 2023. If you have that much more money than it, no judge, unless he would not give him custody. If he's really about the money, right? Because he hasn't even moved his kid out of the same school yet. The kid probably would have done still the same school district. The kid is not in a school with other kids who of that same socioeconomic. Right. He still is maneuvering of like, wait, he probably still going to work, right? Because he doesn't know what to do yet, right? Mm-hmm. He's still seeing his financial advisors to try and make sure he doesn't go immediately broke. And now he was trying to avoid people being told, and she just ruined it.
She ruined that. She ruined that.
Let me interrupt.
And again, she was his baby mom. So he has to, the government's going to say, oh, wait, now you have this amount of money. Your child support was going up. So she had to come up because she couldn't keep her mouth shut, right? She ruined her own come up. So she deserves every punishment that she gets.
But hold on for a second. Because when I first read the article, I'm like, makes sense. But I didn't think about the fact that by the mother doing that, she put the child in danger.
In danger. And I have to get this through you got to understand, we got people who will rob broke people. Like they'll kick in your grand's door to steal whatever gold china you got in the kitchen drawers. Or because she got some motherly clock in her basement that is going to go for something. Like, we don't even have people running into electronic stores trying to steal PlayStation 5s or TVs anymore. We got people who will rob broke people just because they know that it's easier to get to these people. They know that if the iPhone they stole from whatever store, if they can't get it deactivated in time, they're going to. So, there's so many things you could bewilder on this. My problem is that she thought for some strange reason that this wasn't going to get back to the man. Like she thought that the people she was entrusting this to weren't going to sell out, and she's just proven the point. You tried to keep something under wraps, and within a few hours, it got back to the main source. So that just lets you know that the people you think you trust, you can't, because money's involved. You can't trust anybody now. And the one thing you had to do was shut the fuck up, and you failed at it miserably.
She ruined her come up, right? That kid would have been moved to a better school. He probably would have bought her a house in a better neighborhood, right? She would have driven a better car because he would have been paying that for his kid, right? So guess what? She, by transitive property, would have had to come up. So of course now she deserves to be bankrupt, right? If I was him, I would go out of my way to put her in the dirt, right? Because I'm like, you are that dumb, right? That you ruined your own come up. That's what you did, right? Like you think I'm not going to keep you.
You did it for bragging rights. That's what you did it for. You didn't do it because you thought you could trust. You wanted people. Once again, you wanted
your poor friends to know you're rich.
Yeah, you wanted a group of people to know that you're better than them now, and you're better than them because not anything. You just happened to be the person he couldn't pull out on. That's the only reason why you're in this predicament right now.
Because you didn't buy the ticket, you didn't scratch it off, right? And if he didn't have a kid with you, he wouldn't have to be putting you in this better life. He wouldn't. Nope. He wouldn't know you.
He did the thing that we preach: take care of home, and you didn't take care of home. That's wild. That is
because
actually
you wanted
wild.
Clout against with her friends who don't have nothing. Guess what? I'm gonna make sure you have less than them. You thought you had something and you couldn't keep it quiet, so I will go out of my way to make sure those friends that you had to tell that you was rich now, we all made it. Da 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 da. I hope they can pull you out of nothing because I will ruin you. I have the money and the time, right? You tried to ruin my life and my kid's life. I got time and money. I have time and money.
Yeah, and I see you used your time to run a little filibuster. You talked until those points were even.
I didn't even see the point. I didn't see that. I didn't even see it.
You
Woo!
I've been trying to cut y'all off
that
for the past 2
boy.
minutes.
That's that
Shake
politician
kept
in me.
going.
If Shake has to win by filibustering, you could just tell this country is going down the drain.
Hey man, I learned from Trump, baby. Do what you need to do. A win's a win. W.
No, it was actually tied. It was 39.
No, 40.
So now they're voting for the filibuster.
Yeah, right.
They're voting for the filibuster.
That's 2 in a row. 2 in a row. 2 in a row. Get at me. Right? Win streak.
I hope you guys are okay with this animal that you've created. Just make sure you can have. Just make sure at the end of the day, when you have to reap what you sow, and Shake is out here belligerently berating you all for voting for him after he said he was gonna. You know what?
I'm getting more votes. They respect it. See, they all see. You know, they realize they're all like me. They are like me.
I see it's West. I see it's West that's giving you the points. And to be honest, after the way I beat him up, I'd give you points
bad,
too.
Boy.
Hold on, you will not talk down to West. My boy's coming back.
West was great.
My boy's coming back.
He did make the comeback. But like I said, when I left that chat for 15 minutes, I'd never seen someone minus 12. Minus 12. I was like, I didn't know we could actually get that far on a minus scale.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But man, I appreciate seeing how people get up. And that boy got up. So.
Whoa, pause. That is the pause moment of the show.
Wow. You almost made it a whole show without it.
We were perfectly fine.
Oh my God.
An hour plus and no pause moments, no moments of immaturity.
He got knocked down.
That's not what you said.
That's not what you said. That's definitely not what you said. You act like we can't hit reverse on this track, man. That's not what you said.
Nah. So y'all just gonna F with me all night. Like y'all just
I told you that Fast and Furious comment left you vulnerable. It left you very vulnerable.
I'm not talking about
trying to disrespect the Fast and Furious franchise. I never heard such slander in my life. Right.
All right.
Next you think you don't like chicken.
Are we back on races or just stupid?
But continue. You were saying, my bad.
Thank you all for being here. We do appreciate it. You have made another good podcast for us. We really do appreciate everybody in the chat. Shake, Hero, you guys amazed me again. Y'all did a great job on some of these newer topics we're doing, like things I like about. I was really not expecting you guys to just run off those 5 like that. That was dope. Very much appreciated. If you can, please check out our sponsors. We have justifydied.com, which is clothing, and motorcitypopcorn.com. And you know what? Please type !rank into the chat so we can see who was number 1. And then I will see if we have a giveaway. If so, I will hit you up in Discord. Yep, there's that rank. Let's see who's number 1.
It has to.
7. Well, so far, Dan from Space is number 4.
It has to be Robotech, right?
Either Robotech or Dan.
Or
no, AZ put in a lot of messages. No, AZ the realist.
AZ
number
the realist.
1, baby.
Number 1 in your hearts, baby.
All right, so I will check to see if the sponsors have sent us anything for this week. If so, I will hit you up in Discord. So, Shake, you had a great comeback to tie it up with a few seconds left in the game. I'll let you.
And then in overtime, my constituents, just like Donald Trump, unlike Donald Trump, I don't HOE out my constituents. They believed in me, right? Just like Trumpers do. They believed in their leader to lead us to victory. Team Shake was led to victory. A very large.
Look at the monster. Look at the monster you guys have created. Literally, he's won 2 of them. Guys.
He had Rudy stealing voting machines.
Had little hanging chads over here, right?
Hero, would you like to say your goodbyes to the audience?
Yeah, appreciate you guys coming through as always. I'm gonna ask and beg you guys, keep sharing, keep liking, keep posting. If you're not following us on YouTube, you should, and you should always like and share what you see here. If you think it's worth your time, trust and believe it'll be your time. I take this second to remind people that our growth comes from you all. It's we gonna keep giving you guys the creative content. We need other people to hear it and see it. So if you think it's worth your time, a like and a share will go a far way for us.
Thank you very much for that. And guys, we will see you guys next week, Tuesday, 8:15 Eastern. Until then, have a great week and be safe out there. It's the holiday season. As Hero said, people are robbing broke people, and most of us are broke. So be safe. And have a great night, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.